Good morning, afternoon, whenever you decide to watch this. This is Delgado RANTS, Joe Delgado here, Indestructible Me. This is designed for the morning to get you ready and prepared. We talk about different concepts, perceptions, attitudes against words, ideas, thoughts. And ultimately, hopefully, my goal is to clean out the toxic environment that you're in, for you to see the path of resistance, the path to a better life, a more rewarding life. Hopefully, you write down your goals just like I do every single day. If not, get my planner. That will help you out. Stay structured and organized so you can see that path a lot easier. Today, we're going to talk about ego. What's your thoughts on ego? What's your opinion? I like to know what other people's way or perceptions or way that people see things. I love seeing that. You know, ego, once you hear it, it sounds bad. It sounds like someone that's cocky, arrogant, a show-off. But the definition would say a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. Once we hear that, that doesn't even sound bad. That doesn't sound bad at all. I don't think that sounds bad. Because ideally this says that you are understanding your self-esteem or self-importance or lack thereof. I think that we associate ego as being a show-off, a big ego. A lot of people, maybe I'm just talking about myself. Let me know. Maybe I'm the only one that has ever thought it had this bad connotation to ego. I had this idea that ego always meant like, oh, this guy is a hothead or this girl is a hothead. They're a show off. They're pushy. They're all about themselves. That's all they care about. When in reality, it's knowing your self-worth. And that's your ego. So how do we use it? What do we do? Do you even know your self-worth? Are you building up your self-esteem? Do you have any ego? Do you know your importance in life? Importance to someone else? It's like whoever you are, wherever you are in your life, you're important to something, to someone. Something. There's another living thing that's dependent on you, whether they're in your life now or in the future. That's my way of looking at it. I'm either important to people around me right now, or I'm working on myself for a future. I'm not married or have kids. In my goals every single day, I am the best father and husband that I can be. Like, that's literally my goal. So I'm working on that, and I need to understand this ego. Where is my ego? Where is my self-importance? Do I have importance? Where do I find it? How do I increase or strengthen my importance? Whatever it may be. Do you need more, financials? Do you need more income? Do I need to teach people? Do I need to provide something? What do I want in life? What is going to be your importance? Your self-importance. Some people just want a cabin in the woods. Great, that's your importance. How do you become more stronger in self-importance? How do you strengthen your ego to accomplish that? Right? So I don't know. Let me know. In the comments, message me. What's your thoughts of ego? Is ego a bad word for you? Is ego just, once I say the word ego, do you immediately go to a bad place? And it's a bad thing. Because definition standard, it's just knowing more about yourself. And acknowledging it. Understanding who you are. a person's sense. Do you know your self-esteem? Do you like yourself? Do you not? Can you look in the mirror for 1 minute at a time by yourself? Can you live by yourself and remove the social clatter out of your life? And the thing is that my belief is I don't think most people can. We even see memes a lot all the time, even especially pointed towards Keanu Reeves on this notion, or Tom Hardy. Talking about being alone is powerful. If someone can be alone, then they can handle any problem in this world. I kind of believe that. Because you're not dependent on anyone. You have this grit. But my also other biggest opinion or idea is that a lot of people don't have this esteem, this love for themselves. And I think they go hand in hand. If you're alone for a majority of the time, you will find solace. You will find joy in your life in some sort of way, as long as you're filling your time with healthy and positive habits. Writing down your goals, finding out your direction, where you want to go. Not connecting and talking to bad influences, bad behaviors. But you need to have a high ego on your self-esteem. You need to be able to love yourself, like what you're doing. That's going to make the resistance that life is going to hand you all the time pleasurable, right? If life is going to give me some resistance and issues, if I have a big ego, high self-esteem, regardless of the problems, the obstacles, the issues, I'm going to enjoy it, because I'm going to be confident in myself. I'm going to have this presence of I'm going to get through this because it's me. Especially in sales. If you're in sales, and we're obviously, all industries are whatever. There's multiple companies selling one item, so a customer is going to be like, hey, why should I buy from you and not the other person? Just because it's me. Right? And that might come off as cocky and arrogant, but you could do it in such a way that's charismatic. You don't have to be a rude person when you have a huge ego, but you need to be able to have self-worth. You need to understand and love yourself, no matter what, thick and thin. You're married to yourself no matter what. You were born. Once you came to conscience, once you came to life inside the womb, you were married. You instantly said your vows to yourself forever, for an eternity. So you can't hate yourself. You need to embrace an ego. You need to have a big one. Because you also need to have it so strong that someone else isn't going to knock it down, crush it, knock it, and just kill it. You got to be resistant. And this is why I talk about cleaning up the clutter, changing the perception, the mindset, the structure in your mind, being indestructible. You got to get your ego strong enough so nothing else can attack it and bring it down. You got to build a self-esteem that's resilient, it's indestructible. How you do that is you eliminate the clutter, you eliminate the toxic environment, or reduce it as much as possible, because for the most part, it's going to be inevitable. It's just the world that we live in. That's life. Life is just going to be toxic. And it's just how you are perceiving it is all up to you. And how you change that is connecting with positive people, staying with positive people, staying with positive energy. With me, my mentors are people that I don't talk to because they're billionaires. Maybe one day or whatever, but your mentors could be physical, or now we're doing all this virtual stuff, could be virtual. Could be the books that you're listening to, the programs. You can study people without having to be hip to hip with them. But you're connecting with them, you're connecting with that energy that's going to clean out the toxic energy in your mind so you can elevate the love, the respect that you have for yourself and what you're doing and what you need to do. So again, when the world starts coming your way, the crashing, because it's going to happen every single day, life is going to knock you on the ground every day. You got to have a ego enough, big enough to ride that, to push through, to ride against it, to be resilient. You got to love yourself. You got to know how important it is. What you're doing today is going to impact your future. So whatever it may be, you got to have that importance. You have to understand that importance to propel you into the future. And again, it builds up strength. The ego becomes resilient or indestructible, and you start to block and push away. And then these obstacles and the hurdles going to start coming your way, and they just bounce off. Ego is not bad. We all need it. People do it in a bad way. People have, this arrogance against themselves, and that's a bad image. I get that. But those are just, most of the time they're doing it, they're going above and beyond because they know they need to block out the garbage that the world can give them. And a lot of times you can talk to those people that have these huge eccentric egos and whatnot, and they are actually way more down to earth, more humble than all of us. It's because they know they got to be the baddest person in the world, because the world is bad. It's toxic. It's going to punch you in the face every chance it gets. And you got to have this sense of importance and the mission that you're on, what you're doing. And you have to continuously reaffirm the importance of your mission, the things that you're doing, and who you are. If you don't like yourself, if you don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself, then how are you going to do it with anything else? That's the first and foremost. How are you going to like yourself? How are you going to build up that self-esteem? Is eliminating anything that's convincing you otherwise. That's why you got to take inventory of your life. You got to take inventory. You got to take your inventory of your life to understand, where are you going to go? What are the things that are bogging me down? What are the things that are giving me a perception on me? Eliminate those and work on eliminating those so you can start seeing and having a perception on yourself. Because that's the problem. The thing, though, if you don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself, you are having a perception of yourself from someone else's point of view. Stop living someone else's life. Start living your own. Because we all love ourselves initially. We are just dictated and told certain things throughout our life that changes that. Whether it was told to you when you were younger, when you were a kid, or recently, or however. You look on social media, go in the world, you're just getting hit in the face. And it's changing your love and your respect for yourself. So you need to realize that. You need to start writing things down. Maybe you just become a recluse for a month or so, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how embedded of toxicness you're in. And then you'll start to see just yourself start talking about you. Like, hey, I'm fucking great. Because you are. We're humans. We can accomplish anything, and we can accomplish anything together. This has been Joe Delgado, Indestructible Me. Let me know your thoughts on ego. I want to know your opinion. Very interested to hear your opinion on the ego, self-esteem. How do you get your self-respect? How do you get your self-love? I want to hear your different ways on how you do it. Let me know. I appreciate you from tuning in. And always be great.